You can support the Robdons brand today by visiting our website reasonwithrobdon.com, shop merchandise, and check out the variety of items we have just for you and the family. Positivity, your support for quality.
Happy shopping!
Hey guys!
Pleasant afternoon. It is, especially if you're joining us anywhere in the West. Of course, it's night if you're joining us right here inside of the United Kingdom. Blessings and good evening. If you're there, you need to go ahead and comment and just let us know that you are actually there. All right. So just go ahead and comment in the chat. Let us know that you're here. Welcome, of course, to the Couples Corner. Yeah, man. And this is our special edition. I think this is season 3, episode
11.
Episode 11. And we have a top couple, from right down our yard, Jamaica it is, who will come this evening and talk to us. What a man want, what a woman want. I wonder what that is. We need to know, because many of you are listening, we want to know why persons are having thriving marriage and relationship and work out. Yeah, I wonder what the man them want. What them really, really want. Sometimes you have some discussion and you hear people that talk about the man them want this, the man them want that. Some man just want about 3 something. Yeah. Well, I will leave it to the couple later to come and tell us what they actually want. But I think man have one little small list.
So what? So the woman
when
have
the woman, she's we have to keep part 2, because obviously by the time them start talking for them list, it's not going to it's not going to finish. So let me go ahead.
She's glad to be in class.
Glad to be in class. As usual, it's good to have you. And so if you're just joining us, yeah, man, go ahead and share the program.
You're very early, Christopher.
Share, invite,
welcome,
and tell the people them say we're dead over upon a side here, and we are juggled on and a start. So, yeah, man. So you think we should just go ahead and play? Yeah, let's play a one thing.
The pillow talk song.
Pillow talk song. As we hear the music, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and share the program. Invite somebody, because I think this is going to be good this evening. Trust me.
Couples Corner. Everyone, yeah, it's time for Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk, Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk, Pillow Talk. It's Pillow Talk. Into the couples corner. Everyone, yeah, it's time for Pillow talk, pillow talk, pillow talk, pillow talk, pillow talk. Ooh, it's pillow talk.
Right. Hyacinth, and thank you so much for joining us right here inside of the Couples Corner Pillow Talk. Yeah, man. We got Carlene Douglas in the building. Lady Andrew Reed, Storytime Nelly is in the building. Big up yourself. We got Nashala. Is that Nashala? Nashala Gibbs. I hope we get it. Big up yourself, Nashala Gillens. Big up yourself.
Gibbs.
Gibbs. Nashala Gibbs.
How you get
But
Gillens?
you see, that's why, you know.
Yeah, macho people.
You don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this evening we're going to be talking about what a man wants, what a woman wants. And, you know, I don't know if you have ever had the discussion with your significant other. It's a good time to take out a piece of paper, especially if you're talking to the women. Yeah. And just start right, or maybe you need to just record your phone and just record what they have to say. Because you want to remember, we're in class and we want to hear all of what our spouse actually wants. Only, you know, I was saying this week that every now and then we need to have what is called a SWOT analysis in a relationship. A SWOT analysis is simply, you know, just what we use in the business model, but we apply it to a relationship. So S is for strength. So every now and then we need to sit down and find out what is going on. You know, what is going good with me? Yeah, what going good with me? My girl, what going good with me? Watch out, just I laugh at it. Yeah, guys, be careful when you ask these things on camera because, you know, some people will just let you down, just like that, you know. And then be honest with yourself. What are my weaknesses? What are those things I am struggling with? You know what? Just because you're struggling with something does not mean that you're a poor spouse. It means you're responsible. It means you're willing to acknowledge. It means you're sensible. And it means you want better and you want to do better. So that's something that you want to encourage you want persons to do. Of course, O is for opportunities. So what opportunities are available to the couple, you know, to me, to inspire me? So maybe I have my friend them, I have my brethren. Maybe me have my father, I can call her and say, you know, so that woman is going to pay a problem, sir. What you think me should do? Well, every man need a little space so them can actually express themselves. That's what I think, but you don't know. I am not the guest this evening, so I know my guests I get ready to come in or what I raise. Now, make you know how it actually go, because me are just one man. And a long time I look a strong man to come out and represent the man them, you know, because
So,
every week the woman them just put on them boxing gloves and come out there, come box around the man them. It's not happening this evening. So just make sure you know that, all right? But of course, I want to look at those opportunities. You know, those good friends who can speak sense into your brain. Feel like the brain are ear out and you get
like
mad and upset.
accountability.
Yeah, somebody say, hey boy, hey, young man, keep yourself steady, you know, calm yourself, respect your wife and do the honorable thing, take care of your children and all those kind of stuff. That is necessary for every relationship, of course. And of course, we need to look at the threats. What are things that I'm afraid of, I'm scared of? Last week, we spoke about jealousy. You know, I think every man have a little slight jealousy for them wife. You know?
You realize why the men got the higher vote last week.
And the woman, them jealous too. Them just go on like,
Is good.
you know, so on a jealous too. I just say go. So everybody,
That too.
once you have something good that is valuable, worth keeping, worth having, you don't want to lose it. So that's something. All right. So we're now going to spend the whole time, a reason to tell all of these things. We want them to go ahead and share the program. It's 10 minutes past. We want to start in the next 2 minutes. And my guests ready. Right now, they are cool.
Well, they're ready a long time.
Yeah. Them all like drink.
Ready from an hour
The people
ago.
them all like drink and cool down because you know say things are going to go on.
Yesterday, living the song, them grab them glass of wine.
They make sure so them have the glass of wine and ready to go. So make sure say you go ahead and share, invite somebody to come and listen to our program this evening.
And you mentioned the SWOT analysis about strength, weaknesses, and stuff. You have to be true to yourself. If you're not authentically you, then you'll have a problem, acknowledging the weaknesses, and working through it together. So it's important that, you don't try to, put on this kind of facade to be the person that, he wants me to be this. So I will, cloud myself to fulfill that role and not to try to really show who I really am in the relationship.
And that's true, because some of us, we're really not being truthful in our relationship. We're trying to live a social media kind of life. We take the nice photo and we smile and we try to give the world a good impression and say, the relationship will work. But deep down, it's actually not working. And one of the things that we do is pretend as though our relationship don't have no challenge. We don't have no problem, no crosses now going in the thing. And I think that over time, you get to know to navigate those challenges. It's not the challenges don't exist, just that you know how to navigate them. Now you know how to make a soft answer, turn it away wrath. You know how to, have a good conversation. You know how to get up and decide that you're going to be respectful and honorable. So all of those things are very...
Hey, look how we turn the Robdons on comedy show.
No, we're not. Cindy, them say Cindy.
So,
Must be Cindy. That's right, Douglas. So.
Maybe I just give Cindy. Maybe I just give Greg Cindy the win. Just win.
No, it's not giving. You realize how she just dropped on herself when him a while ago and hold him in? You know, see that?
All right.
There's a different thing.
Yeah, Millie, you see. Yes, you saw that. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this evening we are happy to be joined by Mr. and Mrs. Barrett. They join us from outside of Jamaica. And of course, when they come to the Couples Corner, we come to have that conscious reasoning. We come to have some fun, but we also come to learn from these couples. We want to know what's working for them. But before we get into the night's meat of the topic, what a man wants, what a woman wants, we have to do a little bit of investigation. We're going to do a little bit of background check, We're going to go back in time. I want to find out how did Cindy and Greg meet up. How did they connect? Yeah, what did happen? Yeah. So, who you think should go first? Ladies or gentlemen?
Right. The ladies always have it straight,
So, the ladies always tell half truth. So, the man that we carry.
I said them always have it straight. They have it.
So,
what you say him?
It seems like it's a ladies' power kind of thing, So we're going to chill back a little. We're going to chill back a little bit, and we're going to allow Cindy to start us off. But we know anywhere she left off, we're going to call in Greg, because Greg knows the truth, and he's going to, let us know the journey. All right. So Cindy, talk to us about meeting Greg.
Greg. I never really liked him at first, honestly. Yeah, I didn't like him at first. True. But yeah, because he's very he's outspoken, and trust me, anything that on Greg's mind, Greg gonna say it. No filter, nothing. But we were in a group, a band, singing group, because we do music and stuff. When we used to do music.
I like that.
Maybe say more. All right.
All right. So you met.
Right.
Feel like some things are drop out, Greg, come in, man. Tell us what she's leaving out.
Yeah, so again, we met through music. I mean, Cindy has one of the best harmony that I know. I mean, and then as the lead singer upon the band, couldn't sing myself, but with Cindy's voice blending with mine, I mean, perfect harmony. So we just figure more or less, I mean, since the harmony is so sweet with the music, I feel like if it two away, I mean, lockdown and come together, then I mean, more music right across the board through life. So that was the connection that started building something. She couldn't stand me for true. I mean? But you don't know, as young men, you see a girl you like her, you make fun of her.
She's very persuasive, by the way. Trust me, you not give up. Never stop.
We just see what you want. You see, the topic is what a man want. And one thing you must understand is when a man see what I want.
Yeah,
he's really much you can do about it.
Yes.
No.
So we kept on hunting.
Yes.
Kept on hunting.
History.
And the rest is history. So hold on the man. Ladies and gentlemen, they started out on a band. And tonight they are joining on the Couples Corner. I think they should let us be the judge. Let us hear a little bit of the melody that is coming from both of them now that they are joined together as well. So let's see what have matured out of this now that they are joined together. So over to you.
I want to give you some love.
All right, you're ready.
I want to give you some good loving. Oh,
yeah.
I want to give you some good loving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we're there.
I love it.
Them really bad. You have to put really before it. Them really bad. That's wonderful singing. Boy, thank you, God. Thank you that you pull the two of them together. Yeah, because me not think the melody that would be working, outside. In any other way. So this is good. Absolutely. So you started out, you met in a band, but who make the actual move? Because who do the actual move? Because me hear Cindy saying very persuasive. So talk to me, Greg. When you see this nice young lady, take us back down there. Don't just describe it, but take us right there. What was going through your mind, and and just tell us. Why you kept pursuing Cindy?
After we see her and don't know the blending through the harmony and the music, and we say if that's so nice, then maybe if we unite as one, it might even be nicer. Just walk up to her one day and say, "Hey, you're my girl, no."
True.
So
yeah, yeah, she was like she not having it, I'm gonna say for real. You're my girl now, amigo love you. You know what I mean? Amigo take care of you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be that person that sits and listen to you for hours while you rant about a bad day at work and things along that line. You know what I mean? And what attracted me though to Cindy was her ambition though, is somebody who is going somewhere, and I needed somebody who was heading somewhere in life, somebody that wanted something out of it, not just live for living's sake, and that was what intrigued me the most. And when I saw things that we did out of nothing, it just made me think that look, if you marry to a woman like this, because life, relationships, I feel have ups and their downs, and I feel like if it's the case where you ever hit rock bottom, you have a woman beside you who can turn around, make fashion like mommy used to say, so we wouldn't go hungry, you know, and that was something that really drew me to Cindy. Her ambition was one of them key things, and just how she care about people naturally was one of those things that draw me close to her. And yeah, really.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you know,
So,
when I realized that Greg was really sorry, when I realized Greg was really serious, is when Greg said, "Babe, mommy give me a piece of land and make we go build."
Wow.
Say, and we never married, you know. Trust me. And he was like, "Mommy gave me a piece of land, let's go and build." And I'm like, seriously? And I didn't hesitate. I just jump on it. And we just 2 weeks, we buy fence and we don't know anything about the fence or to fence up a piece of land or something. Because it was an open property, it wasn't fenced around or anything. So me and Greg in the rain, fencing it up, like as Greg tell me, so we just move. You know? And I realized he was serious there, because I mean, which man gonna tell you, say, listen, me, let's build together. I'm serious about you. This is what I want, you know?
And you see, and just to interject again, people, a man knows, I feel, and I'm speaking for myself and my other colleagues as male. We know what we want. You see a woman, you know the kind of woman that she is, you assess her already, and you just know that, look, we can do this together. You know what I mean? And we said to her, I said, let's do this. And she was in with it from day one. I was like, yeah, them kind of woman a man must want. You know what I mean? And it goes to say that one of the things that a man want is real encouragement through words of affirmation. Woman that can really seal the vision, put it that way. So we have the foresight, we see it in our peripheral, we know what it can look like, but then you need that female beside you to say, let us do this or let us do that. And once both are in corroborative agreement, then anything can happen between the two. You know what I mean? And that's why us is very important in our marriage. Us is key.
wow.
For us and hopefully for others. You know what I mean? Us is key.
Us, not I.
Wow.
Us is key.
No.
Even the Most High said, let us.
Yeah.
When he could have did it all by himself.
Yeah. So, team, I like that. Us is key in a relationship. I know persons, as we are listening to Greg, I hope persons are just taking note of some key points. He did mention that he noticed her ambition, just the fact that she'd make a supportive partner.
Yeah.
And most of the times people struggle in relationship. We often say to the persons that the goal is never to compete against each other, but it's to complement. So you see, they're complementing each other in music, but not just in music, they're complementing each other in life. And that's very, very, very good. So all persons are taking note of that key point. Us is the key in relationship. And persons who are not yet married, remember, make that your number one vocabulary. Yeah, just write that on your bucket list. Your vocabulary list, us. And remember, you hear first from Greg, us is key. Now, I want to go back to Cindy and ask, Cindy, what were some things that you noticed? I know you mentioned that I never like him at first, I'm the too outspoken, and when I have on in mind, him just I go speak in mind. But tell us about those qualities that stood out, that you say, look here, I know you mentioned so the man just get up and say, yo, come I could go build upon the land. It's serious. But what else did you find attractive about this man, Greg? Because some single sister then I chatting on them and try to know what they must look for, when they see him.
Listen. Sorry, this Chipotle. All right.
No, you're back.
Okay. All right. You see, Greg is a total gentleman. Like, he opens the door. If one mosquito pitch for me, Greg won't kill him. He's very caring. Yeah, like yeah, super caring, and can't look on me too hard. If you hurt my feelings, Greg will take you on. Like, right. And the thing that I like most about Greg is that he's big on dating, right? So every week we have to have a day where we date, like date, you know, whether it be a costume party, unlike we have a day for costume party, stuff like that, but we not touch this yet. No. So,
Don't touch it, sister. Not touch it yet. Not touch it.
we have to do the serious part first. But yeah, but and Greg, he's big on forgiveness. Like whenever we have an argument, cause you know, couple, we gonna have disagreements and stuff like that. Greg always the first one to apologize, like literally, you know, come kiss me up on them weird and yeah, him always like me hold out and stuff like that, but no, not Greg. Yeah, so I like that about him. Yeah.
Greg, I want you to talk that, you know. You see how she talk to you and go on like she shy for talk to you. You will look for her. I want you to look for her, Greg. Show her how it's done and just look straight in her eye and just tell her what are those things that are still working, those things you like and those things you like from the beginning until now.
What I think is really working is the part where Cindy allow me to be me. You know what I mean? I can be totally myself. And again, that's another key piece in a relationship too. You have to be able to appreciate your partner so much that it doesn't matter how others feel about this particular person. You know deep down that you love and you are committed to this person that you're with. And I think that's one of the key things that I love about her. Receptive to new ideas too is something that I love. You know what I mean? You know, some people lock themselves in a box and they're not willing to try new things, like, you know, the whole compromise piece. If your partner like a particular thing, then I think you should find some way inside yourself to be a part of that thing because your significant person likes that particular thing. You know what I mean? And one of the thing that I love the most though is our sense of adventure. As I'm a very adventurous people, I love the road.
Look upon her, Greg, look upon her, man. Sure. Look in her eye, man, and tell us the fuck says she
yes.
Said that I love about it. You love the road. I love the road. And what I love the most about you though, it's always a fun moment with you. Every moment is a fun moment. You know what I mean? And I love that.
Yeah.
We love that. There's never a boring second with you at all. All when you're upset.
Yeah.
Yeah. They wait it. Yes. Yeah. Exactly so. Never.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I love that. Love that. We love how it never get boring. So it's interesting, and I'm not the only one coming up with new ideas to see how we can make this last 150 years. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's key things that I love about her. You know what I mean? So you ask what men want. Men needs words of affirmation from me. They need strong encouragement. They need to know that the spouse that they're with is in their corner. For me, another thing that men wants is appreciation. You know what I mean? That make it easy for you to come home from work. You know, because if you have the stress at work, I always tell my wife, if I have the stress at work and have to come home to it, then I might have to stop at the bar. And I'm not a rum bar person. You know what I mean? But I see so many men, so many of my friends, so many men that I know, so many I don't know who detour to the rum bar before they come out the yard. I think if they have a woman at home that is understanding, finds themselves to be affectionate, really give out that word of affirmation and encouragement to their significant other, it makes it so easy. You know what I mean? Even when you're upset with each other, it makes it so easy for you to pass us a day. Thanks. You know what I mean? Just a simple thank you can do so much, you know what I mean, in a relationship. It makes you even wonder why you're thanking me for a cup of tea when we're halfway. But it tells that you appreciate what you got. You know what I mean? Appreciating the fact that, you know, you go out all week and every day you come home, the house clean. You need to highlight that. I said, babes, Johnny, where you go, the place. Yeah. You know what I mean? We can share out a place anytime. You get me? Things like that you need to highlight to the spouse. Highlight the little things, you know, to make them feel and know that I appreciate what you do. It's not overlooked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, of course. Which better place can we watch this? Yes,
Now,
this is on record.
Exactly. And Greg now have the key to delete it. but Greg
Very good point.
Greg made some very profound points. That sense of affirmation, encouragement. You know, and I just love the point about appreciation. A couple weeks ago, we looked at the importance of showing appreciation in relationship. You know, just saying to the other person, "Hey, I value what you do and you know what you say," and all of those kind of stuff. That's very important. I love the fact that you went as far as talk about come home to a clean house and you know you acknowledge that you have actually done well, you work hard. That's wonderful. You know, I love them reasoning. I hope some man slow in the comment section and take notes because we have to kind of let persons know that this kind of thing where men sit one side and become the director, that this is not how the thing works. You know, we actually need to you know, become teammates, complement, work, serve, support each other. Us is the key. Remember that. But I want to come to something now. How important it is because I hear somebody talk a little while about costume party. I mean, I don't know if I did so that didn't come. So may I just come right here so now and ask how important is it to build intimacy in a relationship? And I want to listen to some of the things that you have to say because you know we want to learn. Yeah, make sure you know we can learn a thing or two. So how important is building intimacy in a relationship?
Very important to me. That's the reason I put it for last. Because I feel most of the conversation might be surrounded that particular piece. Intimacy is another key piece in any relationship at all. If you're not connected, the relationship really don't make no sense. You know what I mean? Because one of the main ways to connect mentally, spiritually, socially is through, you know what I mean, that intimacy there. You know, so we see big on our list of things to do and it can't go without it. It can't go without it. Even the kids, if you have children, they notice that it's something they watch. People around you, single people too, is something that they look at and we're not being intimate with each other because people are looking, but because it's a necessity for us to be. My wife is on a Bible reading journey. I think she reached on the Songs of Solomon.
Isaiah.
Isaiah reached on. You pass Songs of Solomon already? I saw I'm gonna check it. And some argument to Solomon have a talk about them mountains there and them valleys there and them way. But just have a strong feeling saying I'm not going to do it literally inside. You know, so it even adds to the overall romance tonight. I believe in strong romantic relationship. Whereas if you're married to a woman and you know, say she dedicate herself to you, one man for the rest of her life, or you know, then it means that you have to be that versatile man that brings in all the different things where that other men would have brought in had her been in the position to date them. You know, you can't leave your wife in a position to feel like she bored or she missing out. You know, so you have to be that all-in-one person who come up with different ideas, try new things, and just keep the environment interesting right through. So I feel intimacy is one of the top priorities in any relationship. You know? What are your thoughts, babe?
I agree everything with everything that you just said. But women, we need to play our part too in intimacy, because I mean, after you get married now, right? You feel like, all right, me turn housewife now or something like that, and you just, you know, want date again. You're not in the mood to do anything because you're a wife now and stuff like that. So I believe intimacy, you have to, it's very important. And especially date night, and you see, we keep saying date night. I am one. I enjoy date night, and date night doesn't have to necessarily mean going to a restaurant or, you know, for us, date night on a Wednesday is like, as I said, costume night. You know, we get vulnerable. We dress up, not in any. I'm not gonna tell you what we dress up in that still, but.
Well, you know, as couple, interestingly, yeah. Go ahead, babe.
Well, with
no, you see, my take on it is, look, date night is not limited to anywhere. I heard you say it last week, and I agree with you, and that's how I see it. Date night can be anywhere, anytime we're having a vibe, we just enjoy it. You know, it doesn't have to be a specific time or a space. For the costume idea, we thought it necessary to just get some costume offline, and we just role play, you know what I mean? Because it keeps it interesting, you know, it keeps my spouse eyes on me, if you will. You know what I mean? And if I'm on a love attention, you know, so I feel like, you know, look, go find a way to get the eyeball them back in the right direction, you know what I mean? And I think it helps. I think it helps, you know. I think it helps a great deal.
Yeah, and women wanna need to put on something sexy, man. I mean, come on. You know, we know how men stay, right? Men love when women sexy. We know that. You know, them nature, they can't go around that. They love sexiness, you know. The shape of your curves in your lingerie or something. Your lingerie or something. I've been drinking. Lingerie or something. You know, put on your sexy clothes, man, and you know, when your husband come in, greet him at the door, hug him up, kiss him up. You know, men like to do, men like that. Men don't know, Greg like that. Greg like when we dress up sexy, put on some sexy things, and you know, just right?
Pull up that.
I'm trying to be PG. I'm sorry.
We're doing my best.
No, this is.
Well, welcome to Pillow Talk. I mean, we keep it 18 years and above. But hey, if you don't want these discussions, we're gonna have these discussions somewhere. You know what I mean? And that's what I think we have to warm ourselves up and listen to people and hear what work. So you see, Greg might like up in costume thing. Maybe that's something you need to try too. You know?
Something you need to try.
Yeah, you need to dress up like that.
Something.
I maybe I need to start dressing up like police officer. Watch me.
Yeah, right. See yourself.
Now we're on a jacket company and they're going to come see as a pilot.
Yeah.
But very no, this kind of discussion is very much important. And I'll tell you why. We're not looking at things practical. You're using some words and it stands out. You know, he likes attention, right? if he feels as though the attention is not coming his direction, he's going to do something about it. He's going to get direction. I think Greg is talking to some man. Yo, brethren, we can't just have we belly and get fat and go west, you know. No, yeah, you got to keep the eyes locked on you like CVM TV, looking in,
Yes.
looking
out.
Looking better. You know, you got to
looking even better.
Yeah, show up like Digicel and become the bigger, better network around town.
Network, right.
Yeah.
Exactly so.
Yeah, don't make the ladies them struggle. Gentlemen, let us not let the ladies struggle. They might try hard to find something attractive.
Right, a search.
Right, create, an atmosphere where they have to see, they have to smell.
Too much guts.
Yeah,
just like a nurse.
Get the ladies 5 senses to work. Is that the reason why God give them 5 senses, So you need to get them 5 senses, they're working, tasting, seeing, feeling,
Yes.
looking,
Yes.
hearing. Yeah.
Amen.
That's
Yes. Amen.
Get those 5 senses up and functional.
Tasting.
Gentlemen.
That's why we have the magic dots coming out. So all who don't look for their 21 shades, get ready for it, all right?
But this is good conversation for us to have. And I'm hearing about finding some creative ways. And we don't have to go out of the way. We can create our own show. Become the star in your own show. Star your own house. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now have to do them thing there.
Oh, Lady Carlene said, and thinking is the 6th sense.
Oh, thinking, yeah, right. Get the woman them thinking. And women, can you imagine?
The women and the men thinking.
Yeah, well, can you imagine a couple working together doing those things? The man not no time to go give on,
True.
Because they always getting each other to think, see, feel. They're attracting. I think that's very great. Thank you for that, man. Thank you. Yo, no need to write that. That's very much important. I like that. All right, so we're building intimacy. I hear about the costume party. So tell me some other little things that people can do now to sharpen up and spice up their relationship now, so that people them can come out and laugh like us Cindy laugh. And Greg over there look well pleased and composed and bothered. So tell us some things, man. Sure. That we, the persons, can do, and most of the persons who perhaps are listening are from the church community. So we need to learn to and say what is going on well in your union, so we can look and then say, wait, yeah, man, we can create some flame and fire by yourself.
I don't know if we know how to do this, I gotta tell you a story.
Yeah.
Earlier in our marriage, let me not say earlier. Let me just say, throughout the duration, we've been married for 5 years. This is going to be year 6. One of the things that we do is really check the weather. You know what I mean? We check the weather, we see where it's gonna be partly cloudy or where it's gonna rain. Because Cindy like rain.
I love rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're thinking of doing upstairs with some kind of zinky kind of roof, so she can hear the rain beating at the top of the house when it falls. The deck roof, you don't hear it. So we'll just look out for that on a weekend spot where it's gonna rain, and we drive go there. The rest is this.
I love it. Wee.
Because meet the rain. Well, I have names to meet the rain.
No. Meet the rain.
No. I know we're laughing. But I wonder if the persons listening are hearing how important conversation is. Because a weird kind of like this could only come because of conversations. Yeah? So you know that, hey, this is something that someone loves, which means then that within intimacy, there has to be a clear kind of open conversation. I heard you use the word about being vulnerable. So, persons can share their likes and dislikes. So, yeah, the real thing there. Yeah.
Where nature leads,
Yeah.
we will follow.
Yes.
My wonderful persons who are listening, at times, based on what we are hearing, that there are some times you have to become a meteorologist. You have to just watch and read the weather.
Exactly.
And apply yourself appropriately. All right, wonderful. So we get tip number 1. We getting one more?
Then I tip number 2.
Yeah, tip number 2, we walk around naked in the house. You see, if we wasn't on the line, we would have been naked right now. I know some persons have kids and stuff like that, but when the kids isn't around, Adam and Eve.
Without the leaves.
Well. So we're going back to the days of Eden.
Depending on costume night, you might have leaves.
Trust me, you have to make your marriage too nice. And these are the things that spice up our marriage. You have to find ways. I mean, I know everybody going just naked. They get that. But find ways where you can, be comfortable, enjoy each other. The key is to enjoy each other. But
I tell you this, and you write this down.
Right.
Write this down. Marriage is work. Marriage is no little willy-nilly playing somewhere, joke around with. Here, marriage is the hardest thing I've ever done.
It is.
You know what I mean? You see, when you have a girlfriend, it don't really matter if she come or go. It's neither here or there. But to keep your wives or your husband eyes on, like zero in, zoom in, tunnel vision, no left right looking, just straight ahead, it take work. It take work. Women are very, to me, very colorful if that's a word I can use. Almost like you're looking into a kaleidoscope. They come with different colors, they change all the time. And as a man, you have to be very observant. You have to see when that change is being made and really move with that change. It's almost like a rhythm. It's almost like dancing. You just have to be connected and in tune. And that's what I love about love and about marriage. I mean, when you get to that vulnerable place where you talk to your spouse and say, look, I like this. I do not like this. I like it when you do this kind of thing. It creates that rhythm. And once you're in and locked into that rhythm, then everything becomes easy. Even an argument becomes very easy, because at the end of the day, you look at your spouse, them arguing at the hottest flare, you can just look at them and say, watch it, because I'm me the kiss the board, me and you, I'm me and little board. And after all of this, the us come back in. So you might upset for your 5 minutes, and I give you that. I'm one of those husbands that's going to give you your 5 minutes to be upset. You got that, and when the clock and your 5 minutes up, then I said, baby, you got your 5 minutes. No, we need to get back to this relationship that we have, because it's a lifetime together, and I don't know how long it is. You know what I mean? So rule number 2 is R3. I don't leave my yard upset with my wife. If we had an argument, nobody's going anywhere until things resolve, because I don't want to be on the road. There's a major accident. I wish we did reconcile with my husband. Sorry, I said this because don't did I never get to reconnect, even though inside my heart we know, it's not a case where we didn't reconnect, because subconsciously we did, but to go physically and say, babe, so I'm really sorry. I'm more that kiss that if you go up on the road, because I soon come back and I don't want to leave the yard without that. Like kiss them, we normally get, because we create a relation, and that's another thing I think couples should do, is create some traditions, you know what I mean? If you like kiss I stoplight when you like radar, do something she knows, so when you make that gesture, this is going to happen. You know what I mean? These things are key for me, you know what I mean? You need to create traditions in relationship.
Yes.
You know, once you see me, once me turn on a particular song, you know exactly what you're up to. You know what I mean? And you know, share your moods, share your emotions, share your feelings, so your spouse can actually put a read on you. You know, and that's where the vulnerability comes in, where you let down all your walls and you show your spouse exactly who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that helps them too. So she know exactly not to pass a bowl of soup when a time for rice and peas, because she understands you, she can read your emotion. So sometimes you don't even have to be communicating through words. Like right now, you just communicate through that telepathic reasoning that comes through couples union. The us thing that the tight is, you can just talk to, you don't know if Mr. Robdon, if you ever talk to your wife yet in a group of people and both of you conversing and without words, and you know exactly where to on that, because you know we're into this together, we've been doing it so long that it becomes so easy. We can just read each other thought and know, so look, you know, so we need to go meet her outside. Are the conversation I get to,
Are we ready?
yeah, we need to move, but we're not gonna say one does disappear, next one follow. Things like that. Talk about. That connection is way necessary. You know, if any two people.
Wow. No,
Yeah, man.
no, there are some solid points coming across, you know. So develop your own story, you know, create your own codes for conversation, create your own language within the relationship for how you express yourself. Have that sense of understanding. Very important. We're reminded that marriage is actually work. So you have to get up and do things like you always are studying. You're always trying to understand it. So something I've said to persons is that, and I've heard Miles Monroe said the same thing, is that people are not necessarily divorcing because they fall out of love, as people look at it. Because real and truly, it's not really love that keeps a relationship. It's that continuous will to learn about the individual.
Yeah.
So, because I'm always asking, I'm always talking, I'm always conversing. What you do is keep rebuilding that drive for each other, that passion for each other. But if you just decide that you're just going into the relationship because of this flat love that you start out with, after a while that thing gone, because you know things start to change and it's no longer like you expected. So you have to have that continuous dialogue, discussion with each other so that you can grow. Strong points coming out, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to hear it here now. You know, and those of you who have your question to ask Greg and Cindy about building intimacy, you know, drop it in the chat so that we can ask it for you. All right, but I think they clear up a lot of things for us, and let us know a lot of things that we are supposed to know. Now, the other thing that I want to do, the other thing that I want to go now and ask about now is the whole matter of, you know, supporting each other. What does that look like for you in your relationship? What does supporting each other look like?
For us, support is key. It's one of the other keys that, you know, we reference in our relationship. You want to know that your partner is in support of what you're doing. Like, for example, I'm not somebody who likes to be on camera. As much as I'm look relaxed with it, it's not something that I like. So I think in November, my wife said to me, "So babe, let's start a YouTube channel." And knowing the kind of man that I am, if my wife is going to do it, I'm going to be in it 100%. So I say, okay, let's do it. I mean, if it's something that makes you happy, I'm willing to do it with you. And you know, we jump in, and here we are on your channel. Somebody who loves to cook. I don't like cook. I love eating. I love food. And you know, in the event we come in our kitchen, come help you. I don't like housekeeping, and I'll support you through helping around the house to keep the place clean and not just complain about the place looking, you know, like a disaster, but actually putting in the work and assisting. I feel if we are supportive of each other, it makes us stronger as a team, because at the end of the day, we are one unit. And if I don't give you that support you need, then you're going to weigh me down with that heaviness, from the support that you don't get. So I really agree with supporting each other. And we have been like that from the get-go, through the harmony with the music, the whole way that we complement each other. We find that to be a strong system. And like the Bible clearly states, we are one. So if you are one, then you can't be one without support.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Babes,
Yeah, I may agree with you, man. One talk, man. I'm learning too,
But that's interesting thing about the Couples Corner is that none of us are experts when we come here. We come to whole lot reason and
yes, very reason.
share best practices. And I love what I'm hearing, because what I'm hearing from Greg is that I don't have to like something to do it. So support doesn't mean I like what I'm actually doing, but I like support it, or I love to support it. And something he said is that if I don't support, then you're going to weigh me down with your burden. Guys, I hope you not take note of these points. Listen to me, I can't type, because me a whole a reason. But y'all make sure you're taking note of these points. Very important. Because sometimes we think that we have to love the thing in order to become a part of the thing. And it takes me back to the fact that, I just talk to my wife now, because my wife don't like bad movie, but, sometimes, you have to watch two of your soul, what do you call them, something? You call them Hallmark. I have to watch two Hallmark to get her to watch one of my movies. And so it's good to serve. So support really means to serve your partner's interests. So you don't have to necessarily like it, but you definitely immerse yourself in, because you're saying, I am using this as spending time. You're not just there and being bothered. You just don't want to be there. You can look at your face and know you don't want it. No, you're immersing yourself. It's not my kind of thing, but I'm willing to learn. It's something you value, something I want to be a part. And I love that, because a lot of men like football, or for those in America, they call it soccer. We know it's football, because foot kick the ball, right? And
right.
Right. And sometimes what ladies want to do is to cut off, plug out TV or turn off TV or quarrel every time man affair watch some football. And we have to understand, say, that's not the way to go. Sometimes you just need to immerse yourself into this. Love what they love them, love what they love because you love them. Right? And when you do that kind of thing, now what you do is to build the relationship and that sense of intimacy. Love that. One talk about money now, my boss. One of the number one thing that the research shows is that it's not really infidelity that is causing another person to divorce or separate. It is perceived infidelity. And most times, perceived infidelity is born out of money management, right? So when persons become secretive as to how they handle money, daughter yard always a want, wife their yard always a wonder if they might get enough money, or if some of the money will go somewhere else. And so that's number one problem. Talk to us. How do you handle as a couple, manage, deal with your money, finances, and how does it work for you?
Yeah,
handle money. Yeah. I handle the money. Well. All right. You see, Greg loves spend, right? So I have to carefully monitor the funds. Else, if me no mind, we bankrupt. I Greg that he loves spend. So since recently, like we've come to an agreement that Greg said, listen, babe, as of now, every single dollar, all of me pay everything, and you go monetize. Because he just cannot, I don't know. So, since as I'm good with money, I'm good with budgeting and stuff like that. I mean, that's how we build the house and things because I'm good with budgeting. You understand? So I'm not about spending. We have money, we have my little savings put on, and trust me. Yeah, and I'm not fluent here, but Mr. Me.
Right. So there you have it. I think I'm one of them person who is very honest with himself and realize that man, I'm no good when it comes to money.
It's not good.
You know what I mean? It's like magic. No, you see it. No, you don't. It's not a case where we know every penny that each other have.
Yeah, we don't have. I don't have. You see, like how other women have separate account and stuff I hide from their husband. Me and one woman, I don't have that.
We don't do that.
I don't. Both of us name is in our account, and it's what we know when the money are done and when it's not done.
We don't have no secret accounts.
Yeah.
Like, a rainy day account. If you say, if we separate tomorrow, man.
We run the money. No.
I'm looking for that creating space to separate.
No, we're not create that kind of avenue there. Because we're doing it like old people. We're in this for the long haul, you know what I mean? We saw where people spending 50 years together, 60 years, and they have more problems than what John read about. But they understand each other, and that's one of the key. And I feel if the more you understand your spouse, the easier it is for you to spend time and be together and share your finances. No secret to it. If there's a penny in, there's a penny in, and if there's a penny out, then there's a penny out, and you have to make sure that if there's a penny out, there's a penny out, because Cindy go realize that there's a penny out. She don't know about it. So I strongly believe in consulting my wife before me spend on her money, because it get dangerous. You know what I mean? And it cut down the number of kisses you could have get, and the number.
I'm stressing me out.
So earlier we said creating interest in what your partner likes to do. I feel it's one of the keys, because if you don't create that interest and support, somebody else are gonna do it. Somebody else gonna do it. Right? And it go come as a surprise to your partner, because this person is so nice and so into this piece, but my own husband and me can't ever watch two novelties with me, or two high school movie, or whatever it is that she likes that I'm not supporting. It's going to pop up in your brain that, how come my spouse don't like watch a football game, but this a girl that just like watch it, so and they come talk to me about Barcelona or Man United every week and keep score with me, because people creep in a relationship like that through support. You just mentioned that finances and infidelity, but I feel these things burn out a lack of support. And if somebody supporting your partner and something that they like to do, you're not into it and keep away from it, then that one person who is paying interest in that one area can probably just plant a seed, and before you know it, one whole vineyard will grow and right under your nose, and you don't even know. So I think support 100%, support your spouse. You don't have to like it. Find a way to, and you just might like it too, because both of you enjoying it together. Make it easy for you. Cindy never liked basketball.
Yeah.
All right, now she know every game Wednesday play, everybody for the team. Sometimes I don't even know who go get traded, but she know. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it all boils down to how you love who you're there with you, and if you love the person, anything when they do, you go support them. Mm-hmm. That's compromise what I go tell you this, and you might not agree with me, and nobody not agree with me, but fine, I still stick to it. I think of that happened to Adam. Adam loved Eve so much that even when he knows, look, you love me do that. And that's why God have to just banish him, because he loved Eve more than he loved God. You know what I mean? He choose between the two, and he must say, my woman this, and she the apple, As she alone go get banished, I want me alone to do over here, even though God can create somebody else scheme. I'm just saying, no, make it two of we just do or die. Two of we get banished. Both of us are doing it. This is just us. And that's the kind of support where I think people need to give their spouse. If Adam do it and he's a typology, then why not? That's how I see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are having an interesting discussion with Greg and Sid. Man, I'm going back to finance. I love what was said. At finance, it's it's recognizing the person with strength. See, sometimes some of we men feel like just because we need a man, and we must do this, and not the woman, and and sometimes our failure to be vulnerable in a relationship. And I think I want to say to people that you have to measure yourself. Two, you can't be a spender. What do you call it? Spendthrift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very same way to you can't be a miser. There has to be a balance between both of you. I believe that with our resources, we must save some, spend some, and share some. How you do 100% of any of those, you're going to be in problem. Can't save everything, you can't share everything, and you can't spend everything. A good balance is necessary, and that's why you need to find the person in the union who is a better manager of finances, money. Let that person handle the books. You know what I mean? Yes. I think I'm good at handling money in my relationship, but I am not spending and not asking my wife. The other day I wanted a suit, and I'm like, wife, so I want a suit. What do you think? It's not that it's a problem, but I guess we have grown to the point that we talk about everything so much that even a suit feel like we need to ask permission to actually get a suit. And I think that comes after you build that sense of balance. That's very important. And I love how Greg backed this up by saying he recognized honestly that, hey, this is my weakness. But just because it's my weakness doesn't mean I have to live with it forever. Right? I can do something about it. So I find that, Cindy can handle this. Let me let Cindy handle that particular thing. Very important. Heard, him come back and he spoke about support, guys. No, serious support. And that part really touched me. You can't make nobody else influence your spouse more than you. That is very much important. See, sometimes we are missing. Spouse have to be trying to find you. It's like they have to knock down some tall concrete wall to find you and to get to you. You have to try and break down those walls so your spouse can have easy access, and that comes through your support, of course, you influencing, you standing, you just being true and helping each other to actually make it to the relationship. Why? Solid points and conversation coming across here. So I guess I just want to ask one final question, and then I'll throw it out to the audience if they have one or two questions that they want to ask before we wrap up today. But I want to ask about boundaries, just want to find out how important boundaries are. Do we need to have boundaries? Are they necessary? What should we consider when setting up boundaries, if they are important?
I'll lead on this one just the same. Boundaries are very significant for me. You need to draw a line somewhere. You're supposed to need to understand that, look, you don't, this is somewhere that I don't go. For example, drawing boundaries in terms of being abusive in our relationship. If you're gonna get physical with it, then those are lines that we draw that, look, it doesn't get physical no matter how passionate you feel about whatever it is that you're passionate about. The line is drawn. No physical contact in terms of being violent, then so that's one of the boundaries or lines that I drew in the earlier stage of our relationship, and I managed to maintain that throughout time, because I don't believe in abusive relationship, whether it be verbal if it's mental, physical, I don't care. It just should never get to abuse, because that in turns it some level of resentment with your partner, and it grows deep down until you're apart without it even knowing. So we try our best to keep that out of the way. My background, I came from a very abusive home where me see physical abuse right up front and close. So that was one of the decisions that I made from being a child. Look, if I was ever to a relationship, it never be where it's abusive, but always a poor love in those. Just overload it with love. That's that person can really feel comfortable being with you, and through that give them the comfort and that vulnerability to really open themselves up to you and really show you who they are. Because I feel there are many relationships out there where people are together where they don't know their spouse. They have a friend that knows your spouse more than you. You know what I mean? A family member that understands your spouse way better than you do. So one of the key things is to connect and understand. And from there, when we understand each other, we know that, look, getting physical in this relationship is never going to happen, because if doing that, you're going to be on your own with it. It's not that we're going to part ways, but if you get physical and you're alone, throw your punches or whatever it is that you throw, because I know me, you know what I mean? I like the idea of fun, you know what I mean? And the line is drawn where it gets dangerous to each other's life and health. Put it that way. You know what I mean? I don't know if Cindy have anything to say on it. Through the lines and the boundaries.
Yeah, I agree. Draw the boundary, yes. In terms of, let me tell you, when it comes to speech, I not like the boundary I have to draw. You cannot say anything offensive, or in words that will hurt me deep down, because I'm a big fan word, me take it literally. If you cuss me and tell me something, I'm going to take it, because I agree, say you are speaking from a heart of honesty. So I'm going to run with it. So my boundary right there is control your speech. Don't careful what you say, especially when you're in an argument. Because when people in an argument, that's trust me. That the time them choose to say some things out of anger, but yeah. That's where I draw the boundary. Nothing like that, because that people are nice.
Right. And I see somebody in the comment section saying most men don't like communication in relationships. How do you develop your communication skills to ensure you are both on the same page? It wasn't always like this where we communicated well. It was a pastor friend of mine who said to me, look, you can write down your feelings in a book and it weekly to see if there's any update. And that's something that we did for quite a few years, probably about 3 years out of our relationship. We've been writing down our thoughts on how we feel in books, because believe me, I'm a person like this. If you ever say something to me straight up, it go turn into an argument. You know what I mean? But we'll just go for the defensive, right on the back foot. But after, seeing that book at my bedside and checking it daily to see if
and I check his
if my wife have any update on how she feel on a particular topic. After you read that now, it becomes easier, so you can laugh about, because it's not being said in the heat at the moment, but after the fact. And then we just try to learn from those things written down in the book. You know what I mean? And it just helps me to understand my wife better too, because that's where you open up and really share deep down how you feel without a non-judgmental space, so it becomes very easy,
Yeah. And we have this spot to where we go to, beside the ocean, we just bring with chairs, sit down, and we reason, like deep reasoning, like things that happen, miscommunication, stuff like that, what causes certain argument in our marriage and stuff like that, and we just be honest, like really honest, and just pour it out. And we will be like, oh, what that didn't mean when you do that. Because sometimes some small things You know, but with good explanation and connecting and stuff like that, we realize that okay, but you have to be honest.
And don't assume anything.
Yeah.
Don't assume anything. Never ever put yourself in a position that you think that you know. Because most times, especially me, most times I think we know off target by far. You know, so just to make it easier, we just go to her and say, "Babe, you said this the other day. What do you mean?" You know what I mean? And have her explain and clarify what she meant about it rather than me creating a perception in my head and go with it and then end up wrong at the end of the day. So I feel talking to your spouse is key. Tell people how you feel, not just your spouse, but friends, associates. Tell them how you feel. You know what I mean? Be direct with how you feel, because if you lie to how you feel, you're going to live with that lie as long as that person knows you. I tell you a story. I once read an article where his wife was sick and he normally cook chicken for her because he thinks she like chicken leg. So he always serve her chicken leg. You know, and one day he just slow down and just said to her, say, "Babe, you love chicken leg, man." And she was like to him, "No, I don't like chicken leg, but you always cooking, give me something, just eat it." You know what I mean? And that's how I feel where relationship come in with. If you don't say how you feel, it leaves your partner to assume. And you can't leave that up to your partner if you assume anything. Because if they are wrong, you won't be the one that owns it and say, "I was wrong for assuming." You go blame them for not saying directly what they feel. So that's my take on communication. Say how you feel.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm vulnerable to partner.
But I love that tip. I love them first two tip. I love all of them, but them two tip, them I never really think about. You know? You see why I like all a reason, man, especially when they are reason with some Jamaican. Because them come up with something I never think about, you know? So just write down your feelings in a book and just put it aside how you feel. And you just come over and read them and I say, "Cool. All right, let's start that."
Yeah, let's start that.
Yeah, I try that. But serious, I think that's a very, in counseling we talk about de-escalating, the tension. I think that's a good way. So rather than speak it out, shout it out, write it down. Because maybe if you read it a couple of days after, as they say, you might think about it differently, or you might,
the heat and...
Right. So I think that's wonderful. I love that. That's
the counselor is saying journaling is always important.
Yeah. I like that.
Very.
Yeah.
It's on record.
All right. Maybe we can put them journal in a book after a while. Yeah. You should share those journals into those books. All right. So, yeah, man. So, guys, while you go ahead, feel free to go ahead and, of course, remember those that you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Also, Greg and Cindy has a channel called Greg and Cindy. It says Greg, the unsigned, and Cindy. Actually, that's how we met them. So, nice people, good people. So, go ahead and support them on their channel as well. All right. I'm also pinning our Insta page. Follow it, man, and make we grow on a show. Since we are talking about positive things,
true.
Yes. Let us all grow together. All right. And this is also our same thing, Pillar Talk. Just type in Pillar Talk Global. That's us. We are on IG, Instagram. We are on TikTok. Last question I want to ask. I know I said one already, but I feel like I want to ask how much is too far in a relationship. And I'm thinking about people's individuality, personal space. How much is too much? A spouse coming too much into your space. What would you call too much in that space? Well, maybe you don't have a too much in yours, what perhaps.
No, I thought Cindy was going to take that one. That's why I believe it. See me again assuming when me just said don't assume nothing.
Yeah.
As it relates to space, you know, I never have a problem with space. And my reason for that is Cindy, I'm a friend. You know what I mean? I'm a brethren. You know, it's almost like I choose my best friend to settle down with, and it's the person I hang out with every day. You know what I mean? I'm a favorite person. You know what I mean, in life. You know, so space. I think me going to work during the day for that 8 hours is enough space. You know what I mean, for my wife to get. And I think she thinks the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't need no space outside work.
We get our time apart, you know. So to be together and then need space again, kind of weird to me. You know, I think life is very short. I don't know how long we're going to be alive to be wasting time on space. You know what I mean? We can occupy that time with fun activities where build those memories because we don't know. At the end of the day, it's memories that is going to carry us in our old age. So my aim pre-adventure is just to create as many memories as possible so we can sit down and reminisce on those times and make fun of when we used to. Or be remember the time when you go and Robdons show. Things like that. You know what I mean? And build that history, you know. And that's how I feel about space. I think when it close and tight like that, too much space not really help. You know what I mean? Space is dangerous. I think space can be very dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, so we keep it close and not that we're afraid of space because we have times when we go our separate ways to do different things. But at the end of the day, even though we're apart, we still touching base with each other, texting like crazy. It's not like what they call it now, a silent zone or a no talk zone or nothing like that. You know, it's never a dead air between us. We're always checking in on each other to see how we're doing and things along that line because I like to know. I want to be the first to know. And you know, maybe when I'm out in space is that time when something happens and I'm the last to hear it. I'm hearing through the vines. So I think staying in touch is key to foster any relationship. You know, we treat it like a newborn. Always feed it, nurture it, pamper, things along that line. And the minute that goes missing, you'll hear my wife say, feel like honeymoon over or something. Somewhere talk that she always come with it. I mean, pop up from somewhere or you probably read it somewhere. You know what I mean? But just to avoid all of that, we kind of easy with the space because somebody knowing my wife and you ask her, see who are the more jealous partner. We think my wife, and if space start create, we think if space start create, all of a sudden she go just feel somebody in that space there and ask me if you have anything you want to tell me. Is there a girl at work? Or she gonna fill the space with a girl, for sure.
Yeah.
So
no way what do with that space there.
So if you avoid that, we keep it airtight. You know what I mean? I keep it airtight.
Yes.
All right. So space, ladies and gentlemen, space must be monitored. But you know, I think it's the couple, and depending on what is classified as space, still, you know, that kind of thing. I think last week we mentioned about, you know, within a relationship, you know, you're still your own person, and I hear that coming out of what you're saying. You still have things you have to do by yourself, but it's not a requirement. Say we separate for some time or that kind of stuff. No, we enjoy each other's company. I like that. See a question coming in asking about parenting. What are your thoughts about parenting? I guess that has to do with how do we best parent as couples? Because a person struggle balancing out the relationship and parenting, and also, you know, parenting styles. So what are some tips that you have to share as relates to parenting?
Parenting.
All right, parenting. I don't know much about parenting. I don't have any kids as yet. I have 2 step kids. They are not living with us. They're not living with us. So we cope if we have them on weekends, really. So
yeah. From a parenting standpoint, I feel discipline is key when it comes to parenting. Children need to understand that there's a code that we live by as citizens in a country, or law-abiding people. There are rules in society that they have to be prepared for, you know, and we make that be the bottom line of conversations with our children. You know, there are rules. If you don't follow those rules, then you know, if you don't follow the rules, you're going to be penalized, you know, and that is one of the keys. Letting your children know. I have 2 sons, 2 boys, and I always make it a priority to let them both know.
Sorry.
The phone battery dying, so we
phone battery dying, so we're trying to.
So sorry. One of the keys is that our sons knows that, you know, we love them. I remember the first time I told my father that I love him. He never know what to do with himself. The big man turned idiot at my wedding. I cry and run up and down like in no sense. So I took that away from the day at my wedding and make it a point of my duty to hug my sons, let them know how I feel about them. You know, if I'm proud, how I love them, basically how I feel about them. You know, I think that's a big piece from parenting, because so many people grow up wondering, you know, if mommy really love me, even though the actions are there, if daddy really care, even though the actions say, but the words, those affirmative words need to come from our mouth and let kids know that, you know, how we feel about them, and, you know, steering them in the right direction. Having children is a lot of work. I can tell you that. Worse if you're raising yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If you're raising yourself, because me have a son who is
exactly like
him daddy.
Yes. So I'm dealing with 3 Gregorys.
So I didn't even know there's somebody annoying until really Papa son and see myself in him and realize what's in there. Really, I said. Really hard to deal with. Very hard to deal with that.
Him said and on me.
It's true. I can say that honestly because of facts. I'm a man that speaks facts, you know what I mean? And very hard to deal with it. To survive a relationship almost 6 years with me, you need some kind of
award. Some kind of award.
Some kind of award. Yeah, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that we all will agree this evening that we have been topped up with a whole heap of information and conversation. But one thing I'll say is that I love the reasoning.
Yeah.
And definitely we need to do this more often. We need to actually connect again and reason on, of course, such important issue.
It blows them off. You guys are still here?
Yeah, we're here.
Oh yeah. Great. All right, good. Just to give you some time to settle up. All right, but yeah, man. You know, it's wonderful discussion for me. Only you have anything you want to add to what I just said?
No, it was a great evening. I mean, like, you know, the different points that were brought up, you know, it really, they're really key, you know, components to a healthy marriage.
Yeah, like that one with a couple that were just married.
I know, you know, right?
They would argue so much.
Well, speaks to growth because they had to start from somewhere to get to where they are. You know, so
Absolutely.
and this is what people need to know, because you start from somewhere, you're getting to know somebody, even, you know, as much as, you know, your dating and your courting period might be nice and dandy. When you're living together, when you're in each other's faces, it's going to be, you know, you learning more things. You're going to, my parents are married for 37 years and they're still learning things about each other. You understand? So it's about, you know, growing together. And I love the part about the us. You know, I love
Us
the
is
part
key.
about the intimacy. And
Yeah.
and what I love about what they said is that sometimes persons hear intimacy and the first thing comes to mind is the physical side of intimacy. But what he spoke about was so crucial is the bonding. If I don't have a bond, if I don't connect with you, I don't want to have sex with you. You understand? So it's not going to be enjoyable. So, you know,
My girl,
having
my
good
I
dating
confess on screen. You know.
confess about what? But I mean, like you know, being creative, being spontaneous, you know, respecting each other, appreciating each other, being the team, the us, you know, these kind of things. Some very, very good points. And if you came in late and you missed them, go back and watch, because like some really solid points came. Like, I never know we're going to touch on so many things. Like, we had some points to talk about and them covered. So it was really a good discussion. I'm sure those listening would have said the same from you know, coming on this tonight.
Absolutely. So powerful discussion and conversation right there. But we're not gonna just make it done, so you know. We have to make them done with it nice, you know. So each you know how we do it, we have to have a nice little couples challenge. You know what I mean? Nice little couples challenge, you know. So, you know, this challenge may entail singing, sharing some words, hugging, and anything else they want to do. Up to them. But they must show us, you know, how we close our programs together, you know, because seem like how them start, they must finish. You know, it's them frequency. And them say, you know, continuality. So we know the people them are line up for hear a tune from two of them, and then we get some, you know, whatever they want to do as we get ready to wrap up. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to see the final the final statements and actions from none other than Greg and Cindy.
Just start laughing already.
Yeah, one thing about me, trust me, I'm going to laugh a lot of me can't help it.
You know, the one thing we look about Cindy, always a laugh. Yeah. So how we gonna close this up, baby? How we gonna close this up?
I don't know.
I sing hallelujah.
No, man, we look boring. Hold on, we can't boring, so.
Let me switch go over to your laptop.
Because are you can put on this? And
We
then
don't
she
want
just
it.
audio.
The noise are coming when you try to add it.
Sing something and give me a kiss.
Jealous
Teamwork.
of the rain that falls against your skin.
You're jealous of the rain.
It's closer than I've ever been. Oh, I'm jealous of the rain. Jealous, but not even breeze.
No one.
Why I sing? Why I sing for you?
From this moment.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I give my hands to you with all my heart. Can't wait to live my life with you. Can't wait to start. You and I will never be apart. My dreams came through because of you.
Them with it.
Well, I can't tell some nervous, don't. I wasn't ready at all.
Oh God. Yeah, easy. That's it.
Also, I was in the part. I was a big part now.
Yeah, we from my part.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Babe,
Harmonize.
we should have harmonized with you though.
We never planned. All right. It's been a while since we've done any singing actually. We just started back doing karaoke, so but babe,
Yeah, obviously for it.
I don't know where it was. Sing.
From this moment, life has begun. From this moment, you are the one. Right beside you is where I belong. From this moment on. They're weird.
Rusty.
Very.
Rusty.
It's just so we need some practice to shut up.
Oh, no practice.
But we'll be practicing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That was beautiful. That was a beautiful, amazing presentation there that came from our wonderful couple tonight. It was a wonderful time talking with you guys. Thank you so much for coming and being a part of the program. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we always talk out. We always pray on our way outside a couple's corner. So this is where we tell them to hold on the hand. And as you hold on the hand, you will also make a commitment to hold on to each other. But those persons who are not yet married, just go ahead and just hold your own hand until somebody take your hand. Yeah. And you know things will work out for you. But you know we're gonna ask. I must ask a prayer. Cindy, yeah, prayer warrior, come here, say I read that Bible and all this.
What is microphone?
Want us to switch?
Click this.
The phone is dying, so we're trying to figure it.
Mute this.
All right, let me switch you guys.
Yeah.
Let me take this one. Oh, this one died.
Yeah, you want to switch it on. All right. While we wait, ladies and gentlemen, we could go ahead and tell them about Daniela one bad piece of book come out in a people in a normal. The book named 21 Shades of Intimacy. Where the rest of it go? A practical guide to what?
Igniting and reigniting intimacy.
To igniting and reignite. People, listen to me. I may work on the book. I may never publish no book like that yet. Listen to me. Me I publish the book. I'm nervous. Me I feel all sort of feelings. All cold sweat that wash me. So I don't need to look. I don't need to look out for that book there. But my wife, I write 21 shades of
21 shades.
21 shades. A practical guide to
growing intimacy in marriage.
Growing intimacy in marriage. Yeah, when you look out for that book there, soon available on Amazon. All right. So over to you guys as you pray for us and pray for all the couples, the marriage. I don't want to marry. Praise God, give them one husband and a wife soon.
Well, like I tell, I have no.
I told him,
Spirit of prayer.
yes, I told him to pray. Yes, he needs to pray. Yes, I'm the prayer warrior, but he needs to pray.
All right.
We're in agreement with that, right?
Absolutely.
A praying man is a powerful man, right? A praying
Yes.
husband.
Amen.
Amen. We're in agreement. Let us pray.
Father, we give you thanks. You know what I mean? We give you praise for life, for health, strength, you know what I mean? For good union. You know, we give you thanks for that. You know, we pray for your continuous blessing on all our lives, for all the listeners, you know, everybody that's tuned in today. We pray a blessing on their lives just the same. Pray a blessing on the Robdons just the same, Father God. Pray a blessing upon their homes. You know, bless their food basket, their entire environment, peace, love, joy, you know, all good things directed to them, everyone that's listening. You know, we thank you for good unity, good friendship in relationship. You know, we thank you that we could come together to give and, you know, have this discussion, you know, without any mishaps. You know, we thank you that things work in accordance. We thank you that, you know, you were our mouthpiece today as you speak through us. You know what I mean? We thank you for that. And we just give you thanks for many more occasions like these where, you know, we can express ourselves and share our thoughts on a platform such as this, you know, to help others and learn from others just the same as we continue on our journey. You know, we thank you for your blessing upon this union, you know, for peace, for love, for understanding to continue. And, you know, your presence continue to manifest in our day-to-day lives as we go about. You know, we thank you for life and your joy upon us, Father God. And as we go about our pathways, we pray for your blessing. We pray for your presence. Stay upon us in the name of Jesus. You know, we thank you. Amen. Very long prayers, man.
Listen, yeah, I'm going to pray more after the answer.
Amen.
Cindy, more offer to the couples corner. I will make sure they pray.
Yes, yes.
Bring him back, man, so we can make sure they pray. Can he come
Yes.
and pray?
Yes.
I will love to pray too. Can pray really good.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say amen, no man, because traffic is good. It was a wonderful discussion. It was a good time talking and connecting with, of course, Greg and Cindy. And we just ask, you know, that those of you who have not yet subscribed to their channel, remember, type in Greg
and the link is in
Cindy,
the thing as well.
And the link is in the chat. Make sure you go find the people in channel and subscribe to them. Follow them. Them have some nice karaoke. You see, I like a nice dance and, you know, them live. Yeah, real couple. They make them thing out there. You see the true enjoyment and fulfillment in the relationship. Yeah, man. Follow them thing and support them on that particular side. Yeah. I mean, make sure so when we go to Jamaica, I'm going to look for them so we can link up and bless up each other. All right. But with that said, people, thank you so much for being with us this week as we talk with another couple on some important tips as relates to marriage. We will be back here next week again for talk, reason, well, a conversation about marriage. We are no expert, but we have been practicing for a while. And so what we have learned, we're willing to teach. And of course, just because I had some errors don't mean you have to have some errors.
You have the same errors. You don't have to have the same.
Can learn from our, you know, information and of course from that which was shared by our couple this evening. And make sure your marriage thrive. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. Take care. Remember, this is a couple's corner where God is best for you and your partner.
Thank you guys so much for coming.
I begin to